Kilpailussa mukana Ramirent. Kotikatsomon eväät tarjoaa Kotipizza.
What's up, everyone, and welcome to the Round 1 Front 9 FPO here in Kuopio, Finland. This coverage is brought to you by Natural Born Disc Golfer. Thank you guys for sharing your coverage with us here at Gatekeeper Media. And this commentary is brought to you by Parked Podcast. My name is Mitch Phillips. Joining me is Hayden Riccard. How are you?
Doing great. Excited to see how these players are going to attack this last course that we're going to see.
Yeah, we saw a lot of our players here in previous rounds. One of these familiar faces consistent here is Henna Blomroos. Been very, very close, but just a little bit off in the putting green.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. And, I mean, making a full charge is Eveliina.
Yeah.
My gosh, she's just been so consistent. The complete opposite.
Yep, new face for us here at the Prodigy Pro Tour, Anna-Kaisa Savinainen. Excited to see her today. And also another familiar face is Maija Laitinen. Great forehand. A player that really doesn't have anything but go.
Yeah,
she
pretty
pushes
much.
it on every single hole.
Has no problem of like, hey, I don't have to take my time. I know what I'm doing. I'm just going to run it.
No, and sometimes it tends to bite her, but sometimes it's not. As we check in with the top tour 10 there. I mean, it's no surprise to see Eveliina and Henna close, but Hayden really close behind.
Really close.
These next two stops going to be able to make a charge, hopefully up into that top leaderboard spots. Let's check in with hole 1, 709 feet, par 4. Off the tee, really just going to try to land right where that guy in the red is, maybe a little bit before this tree, out of bounds, left, right, long. The difficulty on this one comes on the approach. That sand trap there on the left tends to just pull all the discs on hyzer coming in. But if you go maybe anhyzer into it, or you go forehand, this plays fast. We've seen players skip down, and also if you hit the basket and roll away, you can go from a par putt to a double bogey really fast.
Yeah, it can definitely happen super quick if you're not careful.
Eveliina Salonen.
Yeah, and here at Kuopio, I mean, some of these holes really give you the chance to go full attack, driver off the tee, but we're going to get to a lot of holes that are sub 300, very technical wooded ones.
Yeah, and you can, I mean, as you see here, Eveliina just going on full driver, trying to get as far as she can down there to set up her next shot. It's going to be tough. I mean, I think she goes with the backhand play just to get it close.
She has that Firebird pretty dialed in, as we see Anna-Kaisa for the first time, more of an anhyzer approach here.
Just needs a little bit too much anhyzer on there.
Yeah, if that had a little more height, I think so as well in places. Shouldn't be too hard to get par from there.
No.
And Henna is a player that has this hyzer flip dialed. One of the furthest throwers on tour, probably one of the furthest throwers in the world in the FPO division.
Yeah, she can smash. Her and Eveliina are fantastic to watch together.
Sneaks down.
Yep. Goes OB off the start.
She got really far down there. Should still be able to put it close. Par's still in the cards.
And we've seen her do it before.
Mm-hmm. And similar fate to Anna-Kaisa, just a little bit too low from Maija.
I think the height here is, it's almost level, so you're tending to lean over more on your release, and so you're going to tend to just aim it at the grass. That's what's happening there, I think.
Yeah, has a little bit of a raise here. As you can see, you can't really see the basket from where Anna-Kaisa is. This looks great, though.
If you can get around that tree. Yeah. Great setup for the next shot.
This is a great pull from Maija. Yep, inbounds, even though the drive was short, setting herself up to make another shot inbounds. Not a lot left. With her forehand prowess, she should be fine to be able to lay up there and continue to get a par. Henna has to attack here to save par. This looks great if it can get down.
Oh yeah, that's fantastic. Even with the the field on the next hole next to them. I mean,
yeah, we see the gallery already building here, round one. This needs to fade.
Kick off it. Ooh, nice.
Gonna be just outside the circle, uphill putt.
I don't think it's a problem for her the way her putting's been, but we'll see how she's coming out on the first hole.
Anna-Kaisa to approach.
Yeah, just outside circle.
That's what you want. If you can control the height coming into this basket, it's not too difficult of a green, but it's when you try to go a little bit too high, try to put a little bit too close where it can get away from you.
This looks good.
Play into her game plan, knowing maybe she doesn't have the longest backhand distance off the tee, but playing 3 great shots. Now we go to Anna-Kaisa from circle's edge.
Ooh, just short.
And from that distance, she almost went to like a throw
She
instead
did.
of really a putting motion, but if you can get a lot of speed behind it, keep that high, that was in a great line. A little bit closer here from Salonen.
Oh, just needs to get it started. And I think she'll have the momentum carrying her throughout the entire round.
And this is the distance that if Henna can get going and feel confident in this 15 to 20 foot range, she's unstoppable. Good par.
Yeah, great par save from that end. It's unfortunate going out of bounds off the first throw, but able to recover, move on to the next one.
Yeah, you kind of carry that momentum and saying, okay, got an easy birdie. Today's going to be a great day. You kind of are checked immediately. I went out of bounds, but I did have a great scramble.
Yeah.
So it continues that excitement into the rest of the round and confidence for sure.
Great par from Maija. Another par from Eveliina. This hole playing at a 4.5.
Yeah, pretty true if you find that out of bounds. And again, the out of bounds, once you get on the green, very common.
Yep. As we go to hole 2, par 3, 289 feet. This one just continues left. You can see the OB all the way around. And blind shot, you got a line of trees and also a barrier that you got to get through. But it is OB, so you can't sneak through there unless you get real lucky. Really just trying to lay up to the spot outside circle 1 or inside circle 1 on there and go for a putt.
Yeah, flex forehand's going to be your play to really get to it. Probably going to see a lot of Firebirds out of most of our card here. But yeah, this one is circle's edge. You're feeling great, but if you push it too straight or don't turn it enough, out of bounds comes quick.
This looks good if you can skip up. I think it would, if it had a little bit better ground play, that was putting it really close.
Yeah, she's still in that inside circle, which is going to feel good. Going to the backhand. This is something that we talked about in the MPO coverage. Being able to say, if you know you're going to land in that circle's edge, why not go to a controlled backhand?
Slow it down.
Yep.
About the same spot. It's going to have a jump putt.
No surprise here for
Definitely
Maija going to
not.
the forehand. She does have a distance forehand. Let's see how the touch is feeling.
Ooh.
This needs to get down. Oh, and just
I thought it was
hooking up.
kicking back.
I thought she was going to kind of ride it and kick forwards, but she'll be pretty close to the basket, being able to hopefully save par. If you're going to go out of bounds, that's a pretty good spot to do it.
A little air bounce there might kick her out of bounds, and it does. That's the unfortunate part of throwing a big hyzer disc.
Yeah,
on
and that right
hole.
to left wind, too. A good approach there, going to stop the bleeding out
Good
of bogey.
recovery for sure.
Oh, and Maija does have to come back. She did not cross inbounds on the other side. Really tough putt there. Having to go to an anhyzer kind of stall instead of being able to go more direct.
And Henna having to go to a straddle putt. Just trying to put it close. And this needs to sit. Good roll back towards the basket.
And Eveliina, similar spot.
Surprised she didn't actually like full jump putt that one with it being just inside her range.
A little closer here for Salonen. Still that tree in the way, though. Oh, good nose up.
Another one that's just off the cage.
Yeah, it's those small corrections. It's early. 3 rounds left. And as you've seen so far here on the Prodigy Disc Pro Tour, these baskets, if you're a kind of a flat putter, maybe a push putter, if you're hitting hard and center from that short distance, we've seen a lot of them.
Gives you a little scare.
Yeah, these baskets kind of want that hyzer putt to be able to kind of hit the chains and collect compared to just going straight at it. So
I know we've said that a lot, but it's just it repeats itself. It just keeps happening.
Yeah, but at this point, I mean, they played on these same baskets for all the stops, stop 4 or 5.
Yeah.
But we're definitely, I mean, you're never safe from it, I feel like.
Oh, heck no.
So we move into hole 3, par 3, 413 feet out of bounds on the left and the right, continuing around the backside of this green as well. Most of our players here are going to go to a full driver, kind of throw a not too overstable. There is room to work and kind of have that flex play, but really needing to control that speed as you come into this. With this distance, expecting to be mostly about circle's edge, maybe a little bit short, but it is a touchdown hill.
It may help. That's what I was going to say. It may help them that it is a little bit downhill, but it is almost reaching max distance for them.
Yeah.
So Eveliina, as you can see here, ends up on the right side, giving her a better approach probably to that green, a little bit straighter.
Mistake here being if you turn it over too much, try to go for it. This looks great.
This looks a smash. And that is parked. As we said, she is one of the best in long distance throws on this women's card.
That was closer than most of the men we saw. I mean, that is an absolute smash.
Yeah, I don't think we
Blumeros.
saw the men get that close.
As Maija lands a similar position to Eveliina.
We saw a couple, but that was about it.
Yeah. Oh, and this is the mistake. If this can hit a tree and kick left, but that wind is pushing it out.
Did you see how much that wind pushed it over once it reached that out?
Yeah, once it got around the corner, it was just really never coming back. And this is a difficult approach here.
We got
Going to a
OB
standstill.
straight left, and you got OB long behind the basket, so you got to
Now,
worry
this
about how
can
much
control the
power you
speed,
put in here. It's a little short.
Yeah, there was a lot left to go to a standstill from that distance. Just going to be outside the circle with a putt for bogey. Yeah, just trying to put it close. Nothing really too worried about here.
No, trying to keep the distance between her and Henna a little lower than needed.
Similar result for Maija. Were there any birdies here on this? Other than what we would assume we're going to see Henna tap it in.
Just Henna for the day.
Yeah. And that's not a spoiler. I mean, with the distance that she is, we're expecting her to be able to put this in from here. But, I mean, it just goes to show the distance that it really takes to get this hole. Even from this, taking her time, knowing that this is the distance that she struggled with. No putt taken for granted, and she's making some notes and puts herself under par through.
I'm hoping this gets her started and keeps her on a roll.
Yep.
I know a couple of these holes moving into closer to the back nine will get a little bit difficult.
Yeah, they're
with
very wooded.
Gaps you got to hit and angles. But
yeah, this course really just not your normal ball golf course.
No, but I mean, from the ones that we have seen, relatively easy.
Mm-hmm. When it comes to gaps and out of bounds is playing pretty nice. So to be under par, through 3 is feeling good. The unfortunate double bogey after the out of bounds here for Anna-Kaisa.
Let's go to hole 4. A tough one. Par 3, 390 feet, all uphill. OB over the top. Then you got to go land right here where this guy is walking. And I think that's where you're going to see a lot of these ladies end up and then play for the up shot to this mound. The basket is on the right side down there where the drone's falling, but they move the basket to the left on the mound. Still a difficult shot. We've seen tons of rollaways from the men's side if you're not careful. And this is a big shot off the tee as well.
Right. The goal here, I think, is just to get level with the basket. If you can give it enough height and let it just work right. This is a huge shot here from Henna.
And she's
in jump putt range. But you're just not going to be running this one.
I don't think so. We saw men that were next to the basket and they were going for it, and they had.
And then you pick up a double bogey.
A double bogey off the rollaways.
A little bit of a wider approach here from Eveliina.
It's a little bit more flatter, so I think this is going to scoot on up closer.
Yep.
There you go. Great shot. And that's where you want to be.
Mm-hmm.
But those two, they throw so far. You can probably see the rest of the card and the rest of the field probably land a little bit shorter than that. Just trying to land safe is the key.
Yep, just trying to get above that. Oh, just catching. Hopefully it didn't curl underneath the stairs
I
or anything
hope not.
weird.
Might be some weird footing down there.
Yeah, it's not an easy tee shot.
No, the height required and the angle is insane.
It needs to stick.
It's going to be tough. I mean, blind shot
To a raised green.
to a raised green.
Maybe an overhand, or this is going to have to be a flex. You can see the height. I mean, when else are you throwing this shape shot?
I mean, I'm going
Catching early, slowing it down.
that's best you could do. I mean, the height is just crazy.
And the hole's not over here.
No.
You got to put it close and then worry about rolling away. Thankfully, Maija has decent footing with that standstill forehand she has.
It's going to be touchy, though, because you could leak left.
I like the flex play here. And she leaks left and long.
It's going to be a tough uphill putt.
Yeah, and if she's fading out, it's going to flex all the way down.
And this just needs to be an upshot that's going to scoot up next to the basket and just sit. Just like that.
Going to be another bogey, but
It's scary, though, because you
Yeah.
hit that mound so quick. It could bounce up and roll.
yeah, even
down
the
the right
most
side.
simple shots, great speed, matching the hill, they can stand up and go.
She's going for this. It looks like.
She's close enough to give it a pretty good run, but no.
Yeah, there's no.
It
Okay.
does sit, yeah.
It's so tough.
This is not where you want to be for par. But when you're dialed like Maija Laitinen, oh my gosh, absolutely great putt there from circle's edge.
Oh.
Death putt in every
I'm not
meaning
even
of the
playing,
word.
and my nerves for her were pretty high.
That's a terrifying putt, but only +1 through 4. Maija
That's
playing really
good.
clean so far.
Great par putt.
Yeah, this is one, if there's any birdies here from the FPO field, I'd say maybe 3, 4 on the entire tournament. Maybe. I mean,
Not in this round.
just an absolutely, one of the most unique tee and pin placements. I mean, being able to use this, you're going to see this continue on
It's
the rest of the course.
perfect placement.
Yeah, I mean, the way that they use this property in and out of the woods, being an old ball golf course, I mean, it is so distinctive from what we've seen so far. Great use of the course.
Yeah.
Moving on to hole 5, par 3, 446. Definitely going to be playing this one for par. If you have the distance, it doesn't really affect it too much. The goal here really is just going to be getting inbounds. As you can see, all these stakes left, right, circling around, very similar to most of these longer par 3s or par 4s here in Kuopio. If you can get inside the circle on one, you're feeling good, but really this is going to be one you're just trying to get a drive that is inbounds and then be able to attack for par.
Yeah. And I mean, Henna threw 416 earlier, so I mean, she's going to be just outside circle 1.
Yeah, more of a
if she
flex
can get
play.
the distance.
It's
A
got to be
little
higher.
low. Definitely needs to be higher.
But I mean, another less than 200 feet, and she's there
Yeah.
for the par.
Should be an easy upshot for her.
It is an easy upshot, but at the same time, you push a little long. Out of bounds is not far. Eveliina, this is the shape she throws really well.
Wow.
Got every bit of it.
That is incredible.
She's edge of
It's
circle
a downhill
two, maybe a little bit
putt,
outside.
but that is a fantastic shot.
Yeah, best case scenario using every bit of the height. This can come back. It's going to be a really good shot for Maija as well.
Yeah, it was a really good flip up right there early.
Yeah, her backhand's looking really smooth. More of a long distance reach back instead of a snap. It needs to get up.
I believe it is safe.
Oh, you saw the relief out of Anna-Kaisa as that skipped
I
forwards.
don't know if the wind bounce pushed it down.
Yeah. She's coming across that left to right just a little bit, trying to get more distance. I mean, look at the players you're on a card with here. You're watching them wanting to throw as far and maybe adjusting a little bit too much.
It would definitely make anybody, I think, want to throw far.
Oh, no doubt.
Just put everything you got into it.
Ooh, he's sit.
Ooh.
Leaking a little bit long right. I was surprised to not see Henna go more to a hyzer.
A hyzer, that's what she
grabs
usually
that yellow
does.
approach disc most of the time and just gives it a real high
Maybe she didn't
spiking
like
shot.
the wind and how it was approaching into the green.
Yeah.
Want to throw more of a straight shot at it.
And I believe this is PA3 from Maija. She throws this thing.
I just love how she
all over the
steps up
course.
to it and just, hey, I'm going to do the same thing.
Yep.
And just throw it right up to the basket.
She's all gas, no brakes.
I love it. Just needs to sit. Give it a little bit of a run there.
Yep.
Wow. Eveliina trying to maybe catch one.
Circle's edge here for Anna-Kaisa. Good stroke. Was able to keep it level with the basket, but just needs a little bit more torque behind that to get herself going here.
Here's Henna for her par putt. Great par putt.
Looking clean through 5. As we see some of these cleanups, what are we kind of expecting, best scoring? I think we saw an MPO field, we saw minus 10 plus.
We
But
saw
I'm
11.
expecting, we did see 11 best round. I'm expecting to think a hot round here, lead card, maybe that minus 4,
I was
minus
going to
5.
say 4 or 5 is probably going to be the hottest. And then, I mean, if not that, break it down another tier because those back holes can get hard. So maybe 3-ish, 3, 4, somewhere in that range. So going into a tough one as well is hole 6, par 3, 364 feet. Getting out this gap is crucial. And then you don't want to push too far past the basket because you got Obi right behind it and kick up and roll. We've seen some players go land next to the basket and then kick up and roll out of bounds.
Yeah, and if
You got to play
not,
something soft, but you got to use the distance.
Right.
So mid-range, fairway driver.
yeah, that kind of controlled fairway driver, which we see Henna go to the mid-range. It's the shot shape she throws so well.
And all you need is the height here.
And that's going to be probably a layup from there.
I think
if
so.
you're not, pin high on that left or right side, it's a really scary one to run. I mean, and the drone doesn't really even do it justice.
Oh.
This comes back. Just a little bit too much. Looks like she slipped there on that plant foot, but if the drone didn't give it justice, like I said, is
No, it
how
does
much
not.
of a drop off behind this basket is. Really smooth here from Laitinen. Getting the forward skip. And that is the spot where you're able to run it, but even then, it's a scary
That's the spot you want to be, but it's not the easiest shot back towards the basket.
one. Just a little bit turned again out of Anna-Kaisa.
Should be an easy pitch up and play for par for Eveliina. Just not too short.
No,
She
she
should
should have
have
that
it.
putt, yeah.
Great
Forehand-
upshot.
Yeah, the forehand approach we've seen so far from Anna-Kaisa is great. Nice controlled speed. Yep, Henna not even bringing the out of bounds or that roll away into it.
There's no need.
Maija from inside the circle. She's lining up this. Oh, sit down.
Oh, no. Like I said,
To the exact same distance she just had, but now going straight uphill. And that was kind of I feel like there was an indecisiveness even out of the hand.
I think so. She was like, I can do this, but do I want to do it?
Yeah.
I'm afraid of the roll away, and that's what she got, was a roll away.
Yep. Eveliina, this is still a pretty scary putt with the back dropping off here.
Great
Good
putt.
confidence. Yeah, 2 here on hole 6 is rare just because of the difficulty where this basket is placed. You're going to see that. Oh, and it kicks out hard left. Maybe just a little bit too fast there. For
Taking the double bogey.
Uncharacteristic miss.
But from a birdie to a double bogey real quick. And that's what that drop-off can do.
It's hole 6, man. The rest of our card taps in pars. Going to be losing 2 strokes to everyone there. Unfortunate, like you said, definitely not the only player that's going to happen to with the difficulty of that pin placement.
No.
Moving into hole 7, par 3, 253 feet. Nice downhill, left to right, moving shot out of bounds everywhere, as we expect here on this ball golf course. The difficulty here is not the distance, but the speed control as you come into it. We're going to say that on almost every hole here out in the Open. Is a lot of players you're going to see go to a standstill, maybe that mid-range putter turnover. We also see the high forehand come in as well.
I think we'll see Eveliina do the forehand.
Yeah, she has that Firebird.
She loves throwing that Firebird. And Henna just putting another one close to give her a look for another birdie.
And Eveliina actually going to standstill backhand. I think the forehand is pretty wind reliant. This needs to go right. You can see that wind pushing that left to right.
Just outside circle 1. It's going to be a tough putt coming back.
Yeah, right to left.
Downhill.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, if that got late flip, that was definitely going towards the basket.
Doing a little bit of a run. And she waved to it as it came out of the hand. Too much speed.
Power. Even Maija going with the backhand as well.
Yep. Going to the PA3. This is more the shape you're wanting here. But it's going to be a little short. That's probably going to be a layup from there with how sloped.
No doubt. I mean, you don't want anything. You want to match the ground
right
there.
Being inbounds, I mean, you're happy with it. But, of course, following up a double bogey, you always want to be able to have a chance at birdie. Oh, good half bid.
There was a weird bounce off the bottom of the pole.
Mm-hmm. For par.
Good par putt.
Great nose up and hyzer spin putt there from Anna-Kaisa. She's corrected the ship so far. Started out with a lot of bogeys. Let's go to the Koti Pizza slow-mo. And hyzer out of the hand from that left hip.
Just sneaks over the top
catching
of that basket.
Great shot there from Anna-Kaisa to save par.
And Eveliina here for birdie.
Similar distance. Not our normal stroke there. Looked like it came out just a little bit more wobble. Like we said, that's a really interesting spot to be on this basket. And Henna to pick up another. Oh, immediately looking at her hand there. It looks like it's...
Does that go with a B?
Yeah, safe. Out of the hand, she immediately looked at it and realized it held on or something stuck. Similar distance.
I think you can hear the rain kind of falling. You saw them break out the umbrellas.
Yep.
So maybe a little bit of slippage. And not able to correct. This will be her bogey.
Yep.
Bringing her back down to even.
And this is just the story of here at Kuopio. I mean, so many of these holes, these under 300-foot par 3s, but the greens are so difficult.
Yeah, well, talk about not being difficult is Anna-Sofia Hypus, who aced this hole in this round, which I've been waiting for. I wish it was on coverage, but that is an awesome ace to take away.
Yeah, shout out to you, Anna-Sofia. That's absolutely incredible. To get an ace at all in
it's incredible.
But to do it on a hole where you see so many players taking a quick bogey.
Yeah.
I mean, you're picking up 2-3 strokes.
I mean, it was only her and Tina who took an ace and a birdie. Only two people were able to put green on their card.
253-foot hole.
Yeah, only 2 people to put green on their card for that hole.
Hoping to put green on your card. Take us to 8.
8, yeah, another difficult one. Par 3, 302 feet. Continues left. It sits on this pedestal on top of the golf with OB around. You don't have OB left in the woods, but you don't want to skip too fast and roll away.
This hole, I mean, you're picking a cloud and you're trying to hit it.
Yeah, you're picking a leaf on a branch and like, okay, let's fade back here.
Yep.
Probably going to see a lot of mid-ranges to putters, just trying to land safe.
Maybe even a fairway driver to be able to guarantee that
the
spike.
distance.
Oh, almost putting it in.
And as you can see, that hard, compacted ground is going to kick that disc back up if it's coming in hot.
Yeah, and as the rain kind of gets in here, hoping the ground's going to soften up a little bit, maybe.
This looks like a fairway driver.
A little lower approach, and this is the mistake if you push it too long, not high enough.
It's still not a bad shot, though. I mean, outside circle.
A lot of drop-off, a lot of treachery behind the basket there. Like you said, no out of bounds. So we see Maija go up to the driver here.
Trying to spike it in.
Good little curl.
Yeah.
Trying to keep those hands dry.
That is the key. With a mid-range.
Yeah, mid-range here. I believe this is the overstable rock from her, maybe rock 3.
Might be a little inside.
See that rain starting to come down. Oh, no.
Oh, no. That's OB. If it comes back, maybe. But I think that kicked up and rolled OB. Maybe not.
Stay safe.
Okay, wow.
It's a curled up. Hard to tell from camera there.
No, she's OB. She's OB. They just didn't throw the graphic up.
But she does play from there, so maybe it's playing as hazard. We'll find out once she taps in here, but yeah, that rain definitely coming in. Going to make a lot of these greens faster. Grip is going to be an issue.
Maija just inside circle and makes the putt for the birdie.
Yes.
Let's go.
Bringing her closer back down to par, her first birdie of the round.
That was a great putt.
Yeah, she's had that kind of nose up stall. Really, really good style of putt to have on a course like this.
I guess just not feeling comfortable with uphill shots and that distance yet. I mean,
yeah, it's usually a spot where Eveliina has a
I don't know if
chance.
Did you see any indication of wind there?
No, just like it was a little bit more nose up than she expected, and that wind maybe a little bit, the rain coming in. So we get a beautiful view here, the property here. I mean, gosh, the
see the
river
lake in the
behind.
back. Yeah, the lake in the background.
Yeah, if you're in Finland, I mean, I'm jealous of you.
I mean, I want to be in Finland.
Right, but if you're here, I mean, Kuopio, one of the most beautiful cities. So much to do here, so much entertainment. I mean, just beautiful views in this entire property. You'll see in some of the commercials as we continue on with these rounds. I mean, the resorts. I mean, this is a destination.
Yeah,
here in Finland.
I wonder how many people actually go there. Like,
for the tournament?
Just for vacation.
I mean, I would assume a ton. I mean, as we've seen.
I've never heard of it before.
I haven't either. I mean,
until these rounds.
Yeah, if you're a disc golfer, Kuopio is on my list now.
It's definitely on my map.
No doubt. Moving into the final hole on the front 9, par 3, 348 feet. And a mandatory through this gap. Immediately going to be turning right. This one you're most likely going to see a lot of forehands, maybe a high turnover backhand. But skips, as this rain kind of starts to come in here, are going to happen. As you can see, the out of bounds inside the circle on the backside, and it goes fast. And the backhand really not very easy to turn enough. It's got to be such an understable disc, but then if you throw the backhand, you're going to have the cut roll afterwards. So expecting forehands out of our players here. Oh, and Maija just a little bit too straight.
The tough part is definitely getting out. But once you get out, the hole stays pretty relatively easy.
Yeah, the mistake can be also pushing too long. If you throw a little bit too much of a flip up. Eveliina going forehand.
This looks great.
Yeah, that's a shot she has just absolutely in her arsenal consistently. It's going to have to be a very understable backhand. More of a par play here from Anna-Kaisa.
Nothing wrong with that. I mean, safe.
Yeah.
Just going to have a decent upshot to the basket.
Surprised to not see the back or the forehand here out of Henna. She has that range. This needs to
Just needs
flip.
to turn.
He's going to glide out of bounds.
Does not want to at all. I think she was going for a more aggressive play there.
Yeah,
and just
faster disc, just not enough turn.
I think the play is forehand. And Maija is...
After going forehand but clipping that last tree, you can see how difficult it is now. Oh, no. The difficulty continues as that just rolls right behind a tree. You're going to have to flex out of the hand to avoid out of bounds.
A tree right away, out of her hand, like it was the first tree.
Just trying to put this one close.
Good recovery.
Still outside circle, probably mid-circle too. I like that play from Anna-Kaisa, knowing that forehand distance, that 350 range isn't in your bag, and playing to your strengths here.
Giving it a run. Needs to sit. Good curl back up.
Like we said, Maija Laitinen has no off switch.
Yeah, no. And Henna just laying it up.
Ready for her bogey. Got to bring her back over par on the front nine. And Eveliina looking to pick up 2 strokes as we go to Maija, though. Oh, and just low as well. Tough way to finish it out. Hoping for the 2-stroke swing here. Ooh, catching that high right side.
Birdie, though. She takes the lead.
Yep. Gonna have a 2-stroke lead heading into the back nine here in round 1. And even losing 2 strokes, still getting the fist bump from the teammate out of Henna. Great camaraderie from all our players, men and women, here in Finland so far. Been a lot of fun to watch.
The front nine, I mean, so far, I mean, we've got -1. Henna was just close. I mean, she had a little bit of mistakes there and there, but if you look at the card, I mean, she could have gone -2.
Yeah, bogey free from Salonen, keeping her under par. Just the 1 birdie, but playing.
I think that's going to come into play, though, because these back nine can either give you some rewards or eat you alive.
Yeah, as we check in, definitely being close to par as we expected, but I mean, in that +2, +5.
You got a 3-way tie for second at +1, and then you got +2, +2. I mean, this course is definitely not easy, but it's a lot easier than some of the holes we've seen before.
Yeah, and the back nine definitely going to bring more of those less than 300 feet, but we're going to go into the woods.
You're going into the woods, but you're also coming out of the woods, so it's going to be interesting to see how these players, you know, kind of change up their game plan on the back nine.
Yeah, not your normal golf course here. Be sure to like and subscribe. My name is Mitch Phillips.
And I'm Hayden Riccard.
We'll see you for the back nine here at round 1 in Kuopio.